What you're doing now determines your future. Like everything that you're thinking now, everything that you choose to enact now determines your future. Remember that the subtle forces within man are the same, but the important thing is the manner in which we call upon it. So everyone might have varying degrees of positive and negative thoughts, but what is it that we're going to shine our flashlight on? Is it going to be the negative one, or are we going to choose the more positive one? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, okay? And that's what we're going to see more of. If we walk around with a victim mentality, we're going to continue to be in victim zone, even if we have been victimized. No victim mentality, it does not serve. So you have to look at everything as happening for you, not to you. Thus, you are no longer a victim in any way, shape, or form, and you transmute and transform anything that's happened in your life into a positive. And it really is incredible because especially in that energy, it's like a slingshot. If you have had negative forces against you, they don't realize that what they've done is empowered you to go further. Sorry, I get really giddy. Okay. If we speak to it in negative terms, it responds in that manner. We impose self-limitations upon ourselves to give the power and opportunity to work through the subconscious mind. Whatever is in the consciousness is bound to come forth. Oh, ouch. Whatever is in your consciousness is bound to come forth. Whatever is in your consciousness is bound to come forth. Whatever is in your consciousness is bound to come forth. Are you guys getting this? Trying to send it out there. Like, think on that. Like, whatever it is, if you are a person of good intention and love and goodness, that will come forth. However, if you've chosen a different venue, that is not going to just disappear when when you're out of one situation or another. You have to take you with you the rest of your life. So consider clearing the consciousness. I think I've mentioned it before. I did 520 plus quantum healing sessions on myself via Melanie Tonya Evans. You can do yoga and get quiet. You can go to therapy. You can shutty your mouthy and stop yourself from doing dumb or bad or stupid things, right? In that now moment, you can change. You don't have to continue down this. Seriously, it's gonna not be good for you. Like, you have no idea. You're just gonna come back, or later in this lifetime, what you've done to someone is gonna come back to you tenfold, at least, maybe 100-fold in some cases, just saying, okay? It can be compulsive or of the free will. The covert negative attitudes that one has against another or against certain segments of life will leap out in time. For example, if a person has many covert attitudes against men and women, it is doubtful if he can confront his fellow men. This is the type of person who spends too much time alone. Okay. Don't do too many things with people of this nature, like precipitating their anger, because it will definitely pull their triggers and they will go down the dwindling spiral in a hurry. So if you are, most unfortunately, subjected to a person of this caliber and nature for any amount of time, you might find yourself walking on eggshells, not being able to be yourself. Well, that is not comfortable. So not only is it not good for you, it's also not good for the perpetrator. They have to look at themselves too. And they will go down the dwindling spiral in a hurry. Some cases are suicides, which is awful because, yeah, it can always get better, you guys. Seriously, it's not worth it, honestly. And then in that case, from what I understand, you have to come back right away and finish what you started here. And it's not always as easy or cushy of a circumstance. The karma created out of some action against someone else keeps the individual in a constant quarrel, mainly with themselves. Many times they believe they are quarreling with another, but it is with themselves. Okay. In Eck, we understand that the mind runs in a rut. We pick up habits as children, which carry into the teen years and become hardened and solidified as we grow older. anger, and other attitudes of the mind stem from these habits. The only thing that is greater than mind is soul. It is above the power of the mind, and it is the only thing able to nudge the mind out of its rut. Soul. If you listen to your dreams and you follow through with what they're telling you, then you can get out of any ruts that you are in. I once had a dream I was in a pit with a certain person who looked like Jabba the Hutt and terrifying, but I felt empathy for this person, very sad for this person, and felt like I was supposed to stay with this person. And my soul was trying to show me that as I was thinking that I had to stay, and the person was like, basically Jabba the Hutt person was like telling me all this manipulative nonsense that was kind of pulling at my heartstrings because I had empathy for this person. The hole above me was closing, and I was told very, very clearly that I would be trapped in that pit of darkness and pain with Jabba the Hutt if I didn't get out. And as difficult as it was for me to extricate myself through that hole into the light again, instead of staying in someone else's darkness with them, I got out and the hole closed in on that person. That was my soul teaching me that if I stayed in a certain situation, I would be consumed by darkness. And, it's not always easy to do what your soul knows you need to do, but you will be told if you have eyes to see and ears to hear. And that includes your third eye in your dream travels. And if you open it more, doing the spiritual exercises, which I will link on this, then you can get yourself out of situations knowing things from a soul plane of existence level versus thinking through it. Oh, well, if I this and or emotional, oh, I don't want to. No. Trust what your soul is telling you. It doesn't lie. It doesn't lie. Your soul does not lie. People may lie. You may even lie to yourself and tell yourself that certain situations are okay, but your soul just doesn't lie. Okay. This is the attitude we take in life on the path to God. We don't say, I'm afraid to step out in life because I'll be shown up as ignorant. If someone thinks that something negative of you, that's on them. That's their karma, actually, if they're thinking bad thoughts about you. Well, you're just sitting here minding your business. Maybe, I had a math teacher light my paper on fire in 9th grade. It was a little embarrassing. Okay, he put it in the garbage can, that it flamed up and everything. But the point is, whatever, it just made him look like a jerk, not me. Okay, it might have made people think I was not good at math, but who cares? So what? I didn't come here to be a mathematician. Whatever, right? And they should have taught things like, I don't know, how to balance a checkbook in school as a kid, and how to manage money or finances or stocks or whatever, things that people could learn and actually grow their money in, versus, oh, we have to teach you trigonometry. Who cares about trigonometry? Unless you're going to be a trigonometrist, which I don't even know what that is. Okay. This is my point. Duh. Be happy. Okay. Oh, we step out boldly and courageously. Oh, okay. We learn things. We're willing to make a fool of ourselves just for the sake of experience of learning. Okay, so did any of you ride a bike? Did any of you fall? Yeah. Okay, so that applies to everything. The mind with its routines and habits doesn't want to change what it has been doing. Oh, that's a good one. It wants to keep reading and enjoying itself. Reading is good though. Okay. But spirit moves on, and the mind and emotions and everything else move along. If we aren't willing to exercise this randomity, we have a hard time through our initiations. Going from one initiation level to the next ought to be a very easy and smooth transition. We have to be willing to let go of old attitudes and stay very open to spirit as it tries to lead us into greater awareness. Once you have opened up to spirit, the inner master will step in as long as you give permission, true that, and take you into the greater vistas. If soul has given permission, but the lower bodies don't know it, then this is when you start saying you've got all these problems. Okay, so like I was doing this spiritual exercise the other day. I was having the wind of God blow through me, and I didn't just vision myself. Actually, I did it at a pond too, and it got windy. It was so cool. And so, but at home I was doing it too, and I didn't just simply envision myself like my physical. I also envisioned my astral, causal, mental, etheric, and soul bodies that the wind was going through. Oh, that was trippy. I got a little dizzy, but then I feel like I connected to the higher planes in a deeper way. And then I was like on a mountain. But the point is, you need to come up with your own spiritual exercises and clean all those bodies out and connect them so that it's easier here on this planet. So what he was saying is the initiations become easier. Well, yeah, if you're not connecting everything, it's important to connect all the levels of where your soul resides, all the different planes. And again, I just want to say this is all my interpretation of this beautiful, awesomest book ever by Sri Klemp. So my views might not be his, but this is just what I got out of it. Eckankar is a very, very individualized spiritual path, not a religion. So this is how I'm growing on this path, but other people have different interpretations of the same book, of course, right? Okay, now is the time to start giving of yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be within the ECK program, but you have to begin giving back to life in some way. And so many of you do this. I watch so many of you YouTubers that have such positive content. It really uplifts me, and I thank you deeply. And other people give in different ways. There are people who really make nice things for people, like beautiful flower arrangements. Some people are great, like my Zumba dance class teacher. She's awesome and positive. I mean, there's so many things that you can do to give back. It doesn't have to be like a YouTube platform on spirituality, right? You know, if you have someone come to your house to fix something, if they have a great kind persona and attitude and also are willing and not snotty totty to explain the mechanics which you do not grasp to you in a simplified, dumbed down for dummies version, that's a service. And I just cracked my neck. Did you hear that? Oh my God, I did it again. That's weird. It's early. It's very early here, guys. Okay. Do this according to your own talents and interests. Okay. Some people like to give talks, others don't. They're petrified. If that's the case, then don't give talks. Some like to work with children, while others, maybe those who have been parents, may say, I've done my time. Let someone else have a turn. Yeah. A mind with randomity. I think that's a word. Well, like it implies randomness, like that goes everywhere maybe, can change under any circumstance. This is a factor which isn't very well known. But the higher soul travels on the spiritual path, the less becomes its burdens, and the easier it is to change swiftly from one course to another, like a bee in flight or a bird, okay? A mind that moves with random speed works in the field of randomity. Okay. We do not have to please God. We have to manifest its presence. Ooh. I get it. Okay. We don't have to be like, God, here's an offering. God, here is this. No, it's got to be like, God, I'm with you right now. Boom, let's do something cool. End of story. From my perspective, what do you want me to do? Where are we going? Someone walks in the room. Oh, they feel depressed. Okay, let's listen to them. Someone else, whatever. Okay, so you do what you are feeling you're supposed to in each now moment. Many who are doing good have little or no idea as to what good really is. Many are willing to have God interfere in their lives, but are not willing to do what is needed for themselves. However, When anyone examines his life, he will come to the realization that it is always his belief, considerations, and conditionings that determine his experiences in life. It's true. Again, I've said in another video, some of us are really great at giving, but have trouble receiving. So if you're one of those, start working on that. If you're the opposite way, do the opposite. So we come to the most important part of life's message. Ooh, most important part. It is not what we do that determines our experience in life, but it is what we expect. Even when you have done all the correct things, if you have the haunting fear that things will go wrong, then they will go wrong. Is it because you are bad, sinful, or evil? No. No, it is not. It is because you have that belief. Yes, some of us might have some karma to pay off, but this is not what we're talking about. You have to believe that there's a good man out there somewhere who's awesome and cute and fun and, you know, a good person, right? You have to believe that there's a good job out there that you will do well and that you will be paid well for, that you will feel good at. You have to believe that you will have more than enough money to buy the house of your dreams one day. You don't have to know how, but you have to believe it's possible. You have to believe that whatever you're going through, there is a timeline that is there and just needs to be gotten onto. Like, you know, Thomas the Train, switch to the track. Get to the track. I don't know what kind of mood I'm in today, you guys. It must be that spiritual wind exercise I did yesterday. Whoa. Okay, moving straight on. Okay, we're getting there. Yes. It is I am's concept of itself that determines the form and scenery of its existence. Everything depends upon its attitude towards itself. That which it will not affirm as true of itself cannot awaken in its world. So you have to affirm something that is true of you. Like when I lost the 20 pounds, I had to say, I totally got this. Boom, I got this. It's going to happen. Not like, oh, you know, I'm older now, it's hard, whatever, stop, blah, shut it. So I did, I shut that down. No, I got it, and I did it. It took like maybe 7 months, 6, 7 months, but I did it, right? We know that we can shape our future because the future is unformed. It's like a clay in your hands. It can sit in your hands and you do nothing with it, or you could start poking at it and go, that's turning into something nice. I don't know. Okay, because the future is unformed. You can make it what you want, but first you have to be able to visualize what you want very clearly. Unfortunately, most people look for materialistic goals such as money, health, wealth, and companionship. But again, I'm going to mention this. As Jesus said, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Okay, what's the kingdom of God? And all these things shall be added unto you. Make sure that your goal is worth the trouble. Like, honestly, going within, knowing yourself, okay, being the love light that you are, to develop this creative imagination, work with the spiritual exercises of Eck. And there are kingdoms, I'm telling you guys. If you can learn to soul travel in the dreams or whilst awake, lucid, try the dreams first, write all your dreams down. You'll start to go back to the same places. Eventually, you'll start to clean rooms. Now, if that's happening, that's a really good thing. You'll start to clean out the clutter from different rooms. You'll start to release baggage. You'll start to meet people there that you know, that you'll just like pick up with again when you go back. It's like, it's truly kingdoms of heaven is in. It's like really different worlds within. Like you can go there. Like honestly, you do when you sleep. You just might think you're sleeping and dreaming, but actually a lot of this stuff is complete soul travel to the different heavens or dimensions or planes of existence. Call it what you will, whatever you'd like, okay? So you work with the spiritual exercises, experiment freely with these techniques, like I did, creating this, like cleaning all of my bodies and all of the planes of existence with the wind of God. Okay. What you're looking for is to have experience with the sound and light where you will have adventures in the other worlds. Exactly what I just said. And that is true. I mean, there's beautiful places, like literally. I actually even talked to a cat once who told me that it was God, and then it turned into like every kind of different person and being alien. Like you could, I'm God and you are God and we are God. And it was like, then it was just kept morphing. It was in this beautiful garden. Like there's such gorgeous places there that you can completely soul travel to. And it's not like it's just me doing this. You guys have it too. Every single one of you. And I know you know that because you've had certain dreams. Everyone has here that they go, whoa, that was incredible. And that's what I want to point you towards. Because if we point our flashlight towards the darkness, then that's what we get more of. But if you point your flashlight towards the beauty that's possible, cleaning your various auras on different planes, doing these types of things, then it's going to be far easier for you to float up or fly to those planes and have those experiences. It's a wonderful feeling. It really is. And you bring back so much love and light when you are consciously there with these masters that are incredible, or angels if you wish to call them that. Talk to you another time. Ciao for now.